All right, y'all, welcome to this week's episode of Music in the Minor League. This week, we're joined by Jared McGovern. You may recognize Jared from his time in Urban Pioneers. He played with Jayke Orvis in the Broken Band, Bob Wayne, Wayne Hancock, and the list goes on and on. Killer stand-up bass player, guitarist, plays banjo, does it all, sings great, really just all-around killer musician. We were fortunate enough to get to sit down and talk to him as he heads out on his own for a solo career. We've known Jared for many years. We were fortunate enough to play with Urban Pioneers a couple times in our life, and we always had a blast doing it. Really enjoyed his songs. I've been a big fan of his songs for many years, so it was great to sit down and talk to him about music, getting his band going. He hit us up from the road. He was out in Colorado. Probably the most gorgeous background we've ever seen while doing an episode. We have to do some video clips from this one just so y'all can see it. But before we get to the interview, there's a few things we gotta get out of the way. As always, we got some housekeeping. First up, if you like the podcast, share it with friends. Tell some folks about it. If you know people who are fans of Jared's music, or want to get into it, or like Western swing and things like that, get the word out, man. Help us push it. We're not trying to blow a bunch of money and force this on people. We're just letting word of mouth, grassroots. We figure people are more willing to trust their friends than an algorithm. Number two, if you'd like to be on the podcast, we still got a few episodes left this season. Most of them are booked. We might be able to squeeze one person in, and if we can't, then we'll get you next season with season 4. That should kick off in January. And then before we get to that, let's get to some dates, man. Jared's going to be hitting the road soon. On November 8th, he'll be at Ortman's Red Iron Tavern in Woodstock, Illinois. On November 10th, he'll be in Uptowner, which is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. November 11th, he'll be at XBK Live in Des Moines, Iowa. On November 30th, he'll be at the Coneberg Grill and Pub in Peabody, Kansas. December 5th, he'll be at Venice Cafe in St. Louis, Missouri. December 6th, he'll be at Chelsea's Corner Cafe in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. On January 18th, 2026, he'll be at Northside Social in Lawrence, Kansas. And on January 31st, 2026, he'll be at Lone Star Dry Goods in Abilene, Texas. And we're working now on trying to get him down our way, man. So hopefully we'll be able to tell you about a show with him in the area real soon. Next up, if you want to see Brightwire, we have a few things coming up in the November month. We'll be playing November 14th and 15th as part of the Old Quarter Songwriter Festival. We'll be playing at the Old Quarter on their stage on the 14th. And then we'll be hosting the locals only daytime show on November 15th at the Naked Iguana. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll also, Kim and I'll be running the Old Quarter venue. So we'll have us running around high-fiving people and helping people find seats and get helped and keep the stage moving, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. On November 29th, we'll be playing Howdy Fest at the 101 in College Station. That's going to be cool as well. It'll be us, Grifters and Shills, Boxcar Chorus, Kerosene Pipe Dream, Drifters and Grifters, Bobcat, the one-man band, like tons of cool people, Gabe Wooten. Like, it's going to be a blast. We hope to see y'all out there. Anyway, enough about all that noise. Let's go ahead and cut through and let's get to the episode, man. We're going to kick it off with a song from Jared's new record that has not been released. This is the first time it's being released anywhere for y'all to listen to. This one's called No Blood in the Stone. We hope y'all dig it because we sure as hell did. And we'll catch you on the other side of the conversation. Later.
I had a pocket as deep as the sea. The way I wouldn't mind your grubby hands as they're reaching in on me. I wish I had a shotgun, fired reserve notes. I go down to the bank tomorrow morning and I pay off all I owe. Yeah, out hits feast old famine. My skillet waits on a cold stove. Yeah, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You can't squeeze all you might, but there's no blood in the stone. No blood in the stone now. I wish I had a razor I could cut off all my ties. The way I cut myself out of your noose and away from all your lies. I wish I had some seeing glasses I could see into the past. cross your fingers and you put them behind your back. Yeah, out here's feast or famine. My skillet waits on a cold stove. Yeah, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You can't squeeze all you might, but there's no blood in the stone. No blood in the stone now. No blood in the stone. I had a ladder I could rise up from the ash, but every time that I try to climb, you put another weight on my back. Yeah, it seems my name is Peter and your name must be Paul, because they robbed me blind to keep your pockets lined until I got nothing at all. Yeah, out here it's feast or famine. My skillet waits on a cold stove. Yeah, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You can't squeeze all you might, but there's no blood in the stone. No blood in the stone now. No blood in the stone. No blood in the stone. No blood in the stone. No blood in the stone.
All right, y'all. Welcome to this week's episode of Music in the Minor League. This week we are joined by Jared McGovern. Woo! Right?
Hey, Jared.
Out, formerly of Urban Pioneers, formerly bass player for about 95 other bands and banjo.
Is that an accurate number, 95?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably selling it short.
Approximately.
Maybe not like actual member of, but have played with probably something.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool.
I mean, I've seen Jared in a few different bands over the years, so.
Yeah, did a lot. I'm trying to start it over again and get it going again. I can't just keep it going.
Right.
Man, but so you're working on, I guess just jump right into that. Are you working on more of like a solo deal right now or just getting people together?
Yeah. So I'm doing a little solo deal. I'm just calling it my name, Jared McGovern. And I'm kind of leaning, so like the Urban Pioneers were like, like hillbilly swing kind of stuff, little banjo, little, Western swing kind of stuff. And this one with my solo stuff, I'm kind of leaning a little more heavy on the Western swing stuff. I haven't really broke out the banjo that much lately. I got an electric guitar. I'm playing electrified.
Oh, wow. Fancy.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. And I kind of wish I had done it a long time ago. Electric guitar is way easier to play than acoustic guitar.
That's what I hear.
Energy you have to put into I barely even have to push the frets. And the sustain is there. I was like, oh my goodness, I should have been doing this forever.
Right.
So I got some songs written. I've been writing a lot actually, which is kind of wild because for like the past, I don't know, I hadn't written much in like past like 6 years or something like that. And then just like all of a sudden recently, I found myself again, and it just started rolling in again. So it's kind of catching those and putting those together. And I got a handful. So I got about 8 songs that are recorded, like my part recorded. 4 songs that are done and they'll be released really soon now, and then another 4 songs I'm just waiting on some steel, and then another 4 songs I gotta go back in the studio and record. So I don't know, like I kind of I really like y'all's podcast because you talk about like what the band is up to, right? Which is cool. Like I'm sure we're talking about that now, but I also like that y'all just like talk about music industry, like music in the minor leagues kind of thing, like what you have to do to even be a band in the minor leagues or to get out of the minor. You know what I mean? Like I like that. I like the talking shop of that aspect. So I'm looking forward to BSing with that because the world is different. You know?
Very.
Oh yeah, especially this. Like we just finished record. It's like it has this feeling of excitement, but also there's like this biting feeling of futility in there. It's like is in this grand just thing of noise. Is anyone gonna like notice or give a damn at all?
Yeah. So what we used to do is we used to record an album, release the album, and go play shows to promote that album. We would go on a tour. Like the tour would be the name of the album. Like a lot. Right. That has totally changed. Nobody buys CDs anymore. Like you could sell vinyl, but that's a lot of money up front to come up with, especially for a brand new band like myself right now, starting out. To come out up front, you know. So I'm trying to figure out the ins and outs of the industry again. Like I kind of went on a little bit of a musical hiatus about 6 years ago, and then now I'm trying to jump back into it. I'm like, whoa, this game is totally different. People don't buy CDs. People are streaming everything, and you don't get anything paid. You know, hardly anything from that. So what we're doing now is what musicians are doing is they're recording music to promote the live show now instead of playing the live show to promote their music, which is I don't know, it's been a weird observation for me. It's like, well, we're just kind of throwing our money away. Like going into the studio is expensive, pressing is expensive, even putting stuff on, you know, digital distribution is expensive. So I'm trying to figure that out. So I think what my plan is going to be is I'm going to try to release starting real soon here, hopefully. I want to try to release like 4 songs like once a month for 3 months, because when you release an album, that's all your promo, right? Like you throwing all your promo into that, like all of your social media, all of your website, everything is dedicated to these 12 to 15 songs. And then like a month or two later, they've seen the advertisements, they've heard the album, they've seen the album cover, and if they're going to listen to it, they listen to it. If they're not going to listen to it, they're not going to listen to it. So what I'm trying to do is suspend and stretch out that algorithm. I don't know, like this is not any sort of groundbreaking thing. I know a lot of people are doing this, but this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to release like 4 songs so I have a whole month to push those songs, and then a month later I got another four songs out, and I push those. So I'm trying to get 3 months or 4 months or so of promo out of 12 songs instead of getting like a month or 2 out of releasing an album, kind of thing. Does that make sense? Am I crazy for doing that?
Oh, no.
I like that you have a plan, number one. But yeah, that sounds about right. It seems like the consumer's appetite for music has grown.
Yeah.
They can consume it so much faster now.
Well, and I think another thing with it too, what I've seen recently is a band will put out, like you're talking about, put out a single, right? And it's the recorded version. But what they'll do in that interim between the next single is they'll put out the same single, but they'll like do a live version of it or do a different video for it. So it falls back to the top of people's algorithms. So it seems so you're kind of fooling the system. You're retreading the same track, but you're coming back to it, and the algorithm sees it as something new, and so you get pushed back to the top. So I've noticed that recently. A lot of bands I've seen have been doing that, and they seem to be pretty successful with it.
Yeah, I agree. Like I've kind of caught on to that too, and I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what works, as a lot of other bands are trying to figure out what works too. And I don't know. This is my first release as a solo thing, so let's try something different. Because when I was doing with the Urban Pioneers, even like this was like pre-COVID, even like releasing albums, like full albums with the Urban Pioneers and getting a bunch of records and a bunch of CDs pressed and stuff like that. Still ended up with a bunch of records just hanging out in the closet and a bunch of CDs in the closet, you know, because the consumers, the people buying the CDs were kind of dying off. They're like, I got Spotify or I got Apple Music. Why would I do that? You know? So I don't know. It's a weird game that they're forcing us to figure out a new way to do it. And instead of being an old man and digging in my heels, being like, no, this is how it's supposed to be done. We got to adapt and overcome, right?
Well, and another thing I noticed too is there's been a big push, people leaving the Spotify platform. Like we've pulled some things off of Spotify, but now the average listeners are starting to clue into kind of what that company uses their money for, obviously.
Right.
You know, and so you're seeing people pull, like not subscribing to them. They're still like, some of them are switching over to Apple, and I'm like, well, you do realize that some of the precious metals that are in your iPhone that you're putting this I'm leaving to go to Apple thing have caused genocides and like wars and stuff. But hey, you know, do your thing. But
broke up with Dayton to go on a date with Lucifer.
Right, exactly. And so, but what's cool is that I'm seeing a push from artists saying, well, hey, if you want my music, buy it. Come to a show, buy the album. I get all the proceeds from that, and Spotify or Apple gets none of that money then.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too.
Yeah.
I love that.
That works when you get to a certain level.
Yeah, I do think you have to be at a certain level to make that profitable.
I think one thing that's helping, honestly, for CD sales that we've noticed is they're starting to pick up with younger people. Because I know from like my son's age, none of them can afford a car that was manufactured in the last decade. So all of them are rolling around with cars with CD players now. And they're like, well, I'll buy a CD. It's like, it's either real, like, people over 60 or people like under 25.
Yeah.
Like everyone in the middle streams everything, but a lot of the young kids are just like, well, I can't stream my phone in my car because it doesn't have Bluetooth. I'm driving my 2008 Corolla, so let me get a CD player. And it's just like, it's funny. And it's like, okay, cool, man. Yeah, let's do this.
I will sell you a CD, sir.
Yeah, I definitely. I will press CDs. I'll probably wait until all 12 songs have been released. Like whenever all 12 songs are released, I'm going to press them to vinyl so that I have, and I'm hoping that by then I have a little bit of money to have the vinyl press. But it is a good thing to see that there's a lot more competition in the vinyl pressing world. So prices have come down and run sizes have come down. Like you can get shorter runs for a lot more of affordable price. So I don't know, man. We're going to figure it out. We're going to put our nut grindstone, try to figure it out, and try to play some dang shows, you know?
It is a trip, man. Like I say, we're navigating that now, but luckily we have a local presser that just opened up, pressing plant, 610 Prep Manufacturing here in Houston. So that's making it easy where it's like, oh, we need this many, and it's way cheaper, and I can just drive, 15 minutes and pick them up.
Oh, that's great.
So that's huge, yeah.
Hit you up and try to do a little price shopping and comparing and stuff like that whenever that time comes around.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because we're down to help, and it's always like, again, it's just easy when you can be like, oh, I can grab it right there. That knocks like $500 off normally with shipping.
Right.
I'm just in Oklahoma. I mean, Houston's not too far. I drive a lot, so not too far. I could book a couple shows down there, but maybe we could play some shows together.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, maybe we could set that up. And I live in Lawton, Oklahoma now. I moved there back in April. Had some changes happen in life and stuff like that. Urban Pioneers broke up, and I had a lot of time that was freed up. And I was like, man, I miss playing music. And I had a daughter, and I as you should, I think. A lot of people do it. A lot of people can play music and have kids or whatever, but it didn't feel right for me. I felt like my priority needed to be being a dad, especially in those younger years. I wanted to be there so I could, so. But whenever things changed up, my calendar opened up a little bit. I was like, well, I need to go back and do what I feel like I was put on this earth to do, really. So that's what I started doing, and got my head back in the right spot, and songs started coming in. I don't know how you guys write songs, but the way I write songs is normal. Like the majority of the songs I write, like 90% of the songs I write, are when I'm driving. I get in like
really
not like a trance, like I'm like dangerous or nothing like that, but you just kind of almost get like hypnotized by the road, and you're just your eyes are focused on the road if you kind of like let your mind open up a little bit. And like songs, I don't write songs. I'm more like a song catcher. I'm almost like my brain is like a radio, and I like tune it in, and while I'm driving I'll get the melody, I'll get the words, the majority of the words normally, at least the hook and a verse or two or something like that, and then when I get to where I'm going, I'll sit down with my guitar and kind of write it. And so it's like almost like a phenomenon, oddly, and like I don't like try to do it, and it didn't happen to me for a long time. Like whenever I got off the road and I wasn't driving as much and I wasn't in the musician lifestyle and playing and doing things like that, it just like, it didn't happen to me. And I tried to force it, and I put some rhymes together, in meter and things like that. And it was nothing I was ever proud of or anything like that. So it was just weird. Like whenever I got into this transition, like it literally happened on my drive to move up to Oklahoma. Boom, 2 songs. By the time I got, to the new town that I lived in, then I went on a couple long drives like that, and they just started pouring in. It was awesome. It's strange. I just feel like I have to be in like that right mentality, and I wasn't in that hungry mentality. Like that wasn't what my priority was at that time. My priority was being a dad, and I was like, guiding guiding hunts and growing hemp and stuff like that or whatever. I just, my priorities weren't with music anymore. And then like whenever my priorities did come to music, it was like, boom, that's where the song, that's where they were. They've been there the whole time, just transmit them right in. So I've been extremely thankful for that. I wouldn't even be able to do this if it wasn't for that. Sometimes I try to force myself to write and it just comes out like trash. My best stuff comes when I'm just, I don't know, it just comes to me. It's weird. So yeah, I'll just keep doing that and trying to play shows, booking is really, and I don't know, it's a combination of things, I'm sure, of me being like a new act. And trying to book shows without having any music released is very difficult.
Yeah.
Because, hey, we're going to put on this awesome show and it's going to be really fun and people are going to dig it. And they're like, okay, well, what does it sound like? But just trust me, man, it's good. So I'm thankful that I had a few people give me some chances and got some YouTube videos going. So that's kind of starting to help with the promotion. So I can at least like get across what we sound like instead of me just telling them, I could describe it or whatever. That's not really ever going to really put it across, So yeah, like the booking has been tough. Like a lot of our venues are gone. Everybody knows.
Yeah, I figure since since last Urban Pioneers tours and stuff, most of those venues don't even exist anymore. It's
they're gone. And people are like, oh yeah, but you're Jared from Urban Pioneers and you can go back and play all the same places. They're all gone.
Yeah.
Or they used to do music 7 nights a week and they might once or twice a week now. Yeah. Their budget is way lower. It's a lot more difficult to be an up and coming musician in the music industry now. But we're too darn stubborn to quit. And we're gonna keep pounding away at it, right?
Yeah, it's our deal. I mean, that's where we used to help a lot of people that come through here, but it's like, well, Wednesday's Singo now, and Thursday's karaoke, and Tuesday's the dude who lives down the block that plays every week. It's like it's hard to get these places to book anything that's not, everyone comes to play trivia,
Right.
Yeah, and like you can't really blame them though. Like I'm upset about it. It bums me out. I wish it wasn't like that, but you can't, from a business owner's perspective, not that I've ever owned a business like that, but yeah, I've worked with enough to kind of understand like they got to pay bills the same way that we do. And if Ray and the honky tonks ain't bringing them in the way they used to, and trivia is bringing people in and getting more people to, buy drinks. Yeah. And people are drinking a lot less. It's just it's a unique industry, and really, it has to be a labor of love. You have to love it, or there's no point in it. If you're doing it for fame or money or to be cool or anything like that, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like you have to do it just simply because you love it, because you're going to get kicked in the nuts. So I've just in the past few months, like I'm up and down all over. Like I switch around from what the hell am I doing? Why am I doing this? I should just go get a regular and just be a regular citizen like everybody else does and just live the way everybody else does. But then after talking to myself like that for a minute, I'm like, no. They're like, no, we're gonna come out fighting, and we're gonna go try to figure it out. I don't know. That's the way I am now. Talk to me 5 years from now, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I'm like, screw this. But as of right now, I got the motivation. I'm gonna keep trying to pound away at it.
Well, that's good. I was thinking as it comes to recording for you, like I said, it's kind of the same deal with us. Like I think everyone in this band kind of started out doing side stuff for people. Harmony Volts, like I played bass, guitar, lap steel stuff. Hells played bass and steel and stuff in other bands. And when you're coming to recording, I imagine all your years of playing with so many different people has made it a little easier to be like, hey, I need someone to step in and do this. And it's got to be somebody willing to do it.
It is a double-edged sword, very much. Oh, and it's a lot different too. Like I've never been in this situation where I was a solo person with like quote unquote hired guns kind of thing. I've always been like in a band, and so was the guitar player, so is the fiddle player. That's the way it is. Whenever we go and record, everybody goes and records their parts. But now when I went in to record, it's a new project, so I went up to a familiar studio, the same studio that Urban Pioneers recorded our first 2 albums on, and where Jayke Orvis and the Broken Band recorded Bless This Mess up in Pittsburgh with Mike Hickman at Electric Eye Recorders. And I just wanted to be somewhere where I was comfortable, because it's a new thing. I'm already I'm a little bit, at the time I was a little bit of an emotional mess, and I just didn't want to go deal with like somebody that I didn't know with the potential of being a jerk or indifferent or whatever. Like I know that this engineer cares about my music almost as much as I do. And I was like, that's who I need to work with, especially for the first one.
Oh yeah.
I went up there and recorded. I did all the bass acoustic guitar, electric guitar, vocals, got all that down solid, and then started farming it out to musicians. And while I do know a lot of musicians, they're all a lot more successful than they used to be because they're good. I want them to play on my record, so they're more successful, so they're a lot more busy. Yeah, which can be frustrating. Like I've been at this. I've been trying to get this recording done since the end of August. And it's been a long time trying to find people that have the time and the talent to play on it and do what I need to do. So I'm still waiting on a steel player, but I think that's all that I'm waiting on right now. But I'm stoked for this recording because it's got all sorts of crazy stuff. It's got steel and fiddle. It's got clarinet. It's got a drummer, electric guitar. It's just like, it's a lot more than what the Urban Pioneers. And it's not as fast. It's a lot more danceable. It's a lot more swingy. A little more adult. A little more mature than some of what Urban Pioneers were doing. And yeah, I'm really excited for it to come out. So whenever these songs are done, I know like on your podcast you like to play some songs or whatever. So these songs, the first 4 will be done in just a couple days. So I'll send them over to you so you can load it up on the podcast. And I hope y'all like it. I've response so far from the live show as well as the recordings. So yeah, I'm stoked. I'm kind of rehashing a couple old Urban Pioneers songs. I'm doing a little bit different. Either speeding them up or slowing them down or whatever, just to, I wrote all those songs and they're still my songs. So like, just because they were Urban Pioneer songs doesn't mean I can't play them anymore, Oh yeah. But I'm not like the Urban Pioneers band. It's not the same band. Like I said, I wouldn't feel comfortable carrying on the name of Urban Pioneers, just because it's not the same band. I would be the only same person there, Yeah. And then like throughout the years too, like all the bands that I've been in a bunch of bands, and for whatever reason, whether I quit or the band broke up or whatever it was, whatever work and whatever effort and whatever passion and stuff like that I put into that, it was gone. And I wouldn't feel right carrying that on. Like whenever the Jayke Orvis and the Broken Band broke up, it was like, well, that I felt like it was taken from me. And I was like, well, fuck. Like we have to. Sorry, I don't know if I can say that.
No, you're fine. You're good.
We have to. I got to start over again. So that's how we started. Over again with Urban Pioneers. And then whenever that band broke up, it was like I felt like that was taken from me. All the work and all the songs that I'd written, everything I put into it. That it would make it a lot easier to book and release music and say it would probably be a lot easier for me to do that, but I just wouldn't feel right about it, So that's kind of a little bit why I'm going by my name. I don't really particularly. I think it's cheesy when people go by their name. No offense, like everybody goes by their name. That's cool. Like it's your name. That's great or whatever. But that's kind of what it's like. No one can take my name from me. Like no matter what, 20 years from now, I could have a million different players and people could be pissed off at me or they could love me or whatever it is, whatever. But I'm still Jared McGovern and that's still my music.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of how that ended up coming together. I don't really like it. I can't imagine putting my name on a T-shirt and see people with my name on it like that. That's some douche chills that I get just even thinking about that. So like it's the first run of merch that I've done. I just put Jake because my live shows with the Jared McGovern Trio. That's kind of what I'm calling the live shows, so that that I'm going to be there with the band. If you see just my name on there, I'll be solo, which is weird playing solo, but I've been doing that a little bit. And then if you see Jared McGovern Trio, I'll be there with the band. So yeah, just JM3 is kind of what I've been trying to use to market. It's another aspect of trying to figure out the industry, So yeah, just trying to. That's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to figure stuff out, and I don't know, like every decision I feel like is so crucial that if it's the wrong decision or whatever, that's going to like take me back a little bit. And if it's the right decision, I might be able to chip away at it, make a little bit of progress, but the wrong decision is has more impact than a right decision,
Nah, I mean, I get it because like with us, I've been in so many bands that same thing had broken up over the years and stuff like that. That when we started doing Brightwire, even though we changed the name because it was just me solo, but then Kim started writing songs, which made it weird to be like, Samuel Barker, here's a song that she wrote and she's going to sing. But but we also kept it to where, it was like, it's us. Like, if someone quits, like as long as we're there, it's fine.
So I'm replaceable.
Health's a big contributor, but what it is like no matter what, where if Health one day is like, I don't want to do this, we're not going to go, well, that's over.
Right.
It's like, okay.
I'm going home.
Stop frowning, Elf.
You know,
It's like,
if
bye,
you could
bitch.
see us as 2 people, 3 people, 6 people, you know, it's like, I just didn't want to have it to where if one member leaves, it's like, well, that's it, we're done. You know, where it's like,
Yeah,
this,
but what if the one member was the member that was the member?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
right?
if I leave, they're all fucked. But
Yeah.
Oh,
know?
so we can't do without you?
But so if you leave, would you keep Brightwire?
if
Would you
I
keep
live,
going by Brightwire?
I don't know. Probably not. I just go back to I have no problem putting my name on a t-shirt.
Exactly. That's a
No, I just play,
Weird, right?
but
It's a
no,
weird
I
dynamic.
may. It just depends. You know, it depends on how it. A lot of it to me comes down to how it would be. Like, what was the end? What caused it? That's always for me. It's like, this is something where I would be depressed, carry this ugly thing. Every time I saw our band name, it'd be like
Yeah.
this sucks. This brings me back to a place I don't want to be. So I'm just gonna leave that behind.
Just so you know, though, I've already been told if we get a divorce, I cannot quit the band. I am not allowed to quit the band. So
Which, yeah, you'll be totally worrying about what I say once we get that divorce. You know?
this is also the only band I've ever
funny.
been in. Why would I leave it? Like, it's awesome. For now.
Well,
I mean, you know.
talk about some other stuff. Let's talk about the past. Is so old. I'm very excited for the future. I got some cool stuff coming up. I wish I can't even talk about them right now because they haven't been announced yet. But I got some cool festivals I'm going to be playing this year.
Cool.
I got some cool stuff, some regional stuff. Let's see. In November, I'm all over the place. I live in Oklahoma, but I don't know why it's so difficult to get shows in your hometown, in the town that you live in, or like within an hour or something like that. Like, I got people hitting me up in Connecticut and Wisconsin. I was like, yeah, I'd love to come out there. You realize how far away that is?
Right.
So, and then like another difficulty I have is I have my daughter every other weekend. So I only have like Monday through Wednesday, and then I get my daughter. Like Monday, like a whole week, and then the next Wednesday or whatever, then I get my daughter for the weekend, and then I can go back out again. So it's like I've got like a bunch of obstacles right in my way. So that also contributes to the whole like, what am I doing thing. But it also contributes to the like, screw you guys, I'm going to do this anyhow. I'm going to figure this out and I'm going to make this happen. And I don't know, like, success is always the goal, but what is success? And for me, success is not anything grand or extravagant. It's just to get back on the damn stage and play my songs again. Like, I at it again. I probably played, I don't know, it's probably only been like maybe 10 shows. But man, those 10 shows, those 10 45 minutes that I've gotten in like the past, 4 or 5 months or whatever, are like, that's what's keeping me going. That's the fire, And I get up on stage, like my heart's full. I smile bigger than I've smiled in a long time. When I was like, I just feel like this is where I need to be. I'm back where I need to be. So that feels good. That's motivating. That helps you keep pounding away at it. So.
Yeah, man. I think that's the thing is, like, you got to find what success looks like for you, right? And it's not going to be rolling around in a Rolls Royce. It's going to be able to go out on the road, do your shows, and then come back and be a dad.
Yeah, it has to fit your life. You have to make it fit your world. Well, and I know Sam did that when he got divorced.
But yeah, I mean, even before that, like, it was cool to be able to once, it's amazing how the kids go from like, oh, here's this young baby that have to like really look for their like, by like 7 or 8, they're like, I want to go, I want to do this. Like, let's go see some stuff. And like, I was raised with a single mom. I didn't get to go anywhere. So once I was old enough, I just grabbed my kids and was like, all right, we're going on tour, get in the car. Okay.
Yeah, maybe I was 5. So, up until now, it was a little bit out of the question. Like when Maybell was first born, I was like, we'll still do, the bands do this. We'll just bring a nanny with us. We'll hit the road. We'll tear it up. Played like a couple local shows. I was like, no way. There's no. I'm gonna have an infant out. Even if you have a hotel, it's just the logistics are insane. So that was like a big reason why I was just like, just chill out, dude. Like, you'll get your time. Like, just enjoy these baby years and love this little girl, and she'll get older and she won't even think you're cool. You'll just go thing, But it's been cool. Like, so she's 5 now, and when she comes and visits me, like, we always, she's got a little ukulele and she's got a couple drum practice pads or whatever. So I'm getting her into music and stuff. And it was the sweet thing. I played this festival in Chickasha, Oklahoma. It was a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. It was called Twister Fest. and I did it solo. I don't like playing solo, but I need to get better at it, and I need to get used to it. I need to get more comfortable with it. So I did it solo, and I brought Maybelle with me. It was like a camp out thing, and there were a bunch of kids there and stuff. And when I got up to play, she got up on stage with me. I wasn't expecting her to be on stage. I was expecting her to be rolling down the hill in the stickers, like what she was doing before. I got down at sound check, and it was time to play. She came up there, and there was another microphone that wasn't on off to the right, and she stood there and sang the whole set with me. Not the words. I mean, she doesn't know all the words, but she would pick up on choruses and stuff like that, and she's belting it out right now. I was just like, my heart was full. I was like, okay, like I've been getting these little signs that tell me I'm on the right path, and that was one of those little signs. I was like, yeah, you're doing the right thing. Keep it going, So yeah, the dad life, musician life, they can intersect. You just, as with everything, you just got to be responsible, and musicians have a hard time being responsible.
Yeah, we are not known for being the most responsible.
Also, not good at balance. Musicians are like all in kind of people.
Yeah. I just have cases I'm so I've got to keep my stuff in check and everything like that. So yeah, it's for artists who, I mean, even if you don't have any sort of condition, you have a condition if you're an artist. You just have some sort of thing in you, and for a lot of us, it's hard to stay organized and stay responsible and things like that. But if you can stay on top of it, it makes your life so much easier, I think, and more enriched and more full, I think,
Well, like I was thinking about, like what you were talking about, that, the 10, 45-minute sets. I'm like, yes, it really, it does become almost like some sort of addiction type thing, because it's the one thing you can do in this life. And I've mentioned this before, I believe, that you get that same payout. You can be playing a show 10 years after you started, and something happens, you're like, this was the best show, the best I've ever felt. And so it's like the one thing you can do over and over and over again, it's not a diminishing return. There are points that happens, usually on a tour that goes way too long. But, even there, all of a sudden on like a Wednesday night, like a bunch of people show up in the middle of nowhere, and you're like, that was the greatest thing we've ever done. And so it's just cool to have that ability to go out and, have something that gives you, still kind of feeds you the same way or more.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. If you could bottle that feeling and sell it, you'd be a rich son of a gun, there's that feeling. When I shoot a turkey or I got a flock of ducks coming in, that's an amazing feeling too. That's awesome, but it's not the same. There's nothing else in my life that is the same of just playing a show or a set where you just felt good about it. Like, whether the crowd's into, or if they're even a crowd. They're on the last couple shows that we started the show playing to an empty room. The first song we played was To an Empty Room. I didn't give a shit. My bass player sounded good. My fiddle player sounded good. We ended the song. We had a big old smile on our face, and it was just like, oh man, yeah. And then that translates, and that is infectious to the crowd. And I've known in those 10, 45-minute sets, there's clams all over. We're a brand new band. There's clams. I don't play leads, and I'm trying to, and there's clams everywhere. People see that we're smiling, and they're smiling, and they see us shaking our hips, and they start shaking their hips, and it's this I don't know, it's magic. Music is magic. Music is the only thing that I can think of that is actually magic. I could just make a sound and make you actually feel a way. I could change your emotions by making a sound. We're magician musicians,
Oh,
so yeah. So it's an incredible feeling just to be able to convey. And there were plenty of times too throughout my years in different bands or whatever, and that people would come up and just say some of the sweetest things that let us know that we connect with them, when they're like, this song means so much to me, and they take it totally out of context isn't really the right word, but the meaning of that song might be something totally different than what I meant when I wrote it or whatever, but that song means something to them. And that is success. That's another example of success. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. If I can make that connection to one person, then we're chipping away at it, right? We're doing what we're supposed to do. Or I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and that makes me feel, like that's the feeling of success for sure. Heck yeah.
I mean, that's exactly how we view it too. Yeah. I'd rather play for 5 people who give a damn than 1,000 people who are just for background music.
Absolutely, yeah. Man, there's so many of those. Right? Play a full room, like you get there, you're like, yeah, built-in crowd. This is packed out. But they got the football game on the to the right side of the stage, and everybody's looking at the sidewall. And you finish the song, and there's no clap, but they score a touchdown. There's like, that's frustrating, and that could chip away at you. But like I've also I got a little trick that I do that I try to find one person on every night, whether there's one person there or there's 100 people there. I try to find one person on nights like that like I'm trying to connect to them, like before the show starts or whatever. I'll meet somebody at the bar or whatever and just, hey, what's up, what's your deal, and talk to them or whatever. And like that show is for them. If nobody else is paying attention, like I am strict. I'll look at them, I'll talk to them, and that it's not numbers for me. It's quality over quantity,
Oh yeah.
So for sure.
I love that.
I do think that we were talking about being musical magicians. I do think that that's the real magic, though. You were talking about writing a song where you had a certain intention with the lyrics, but they took it it meant something different to that person. I think that's where the magic is.
Yeah.
The fact that I meant something completely different, but somehow that fit your life in a way that like made you emotional. That's the magic right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then getting to do that on stage.
That's another testament too, that like we can't tell people what to take away from our art. There's so many, like, especially like old country songs. Like there's other podcasts that I listen to that'll like analyze songs or musicians' catalogs and stuff like that. And they're like, everybody took like, look at Born in the USA. People take this as like this big right wing push kind of thing. Bruce Springsteen can't tell people what to think about that song.
Yeah.
It can be a good thing if it reaches somebody and it gets a good thing. But whenever people take a song completely out of context and flip it into a completely different thing, that's another story. But
well, yeah, and in that context, it's like, you guys didn't listen to the lyrics, did you?
Yeah, you're not listening to the words.
That's on you.
I mean, he didn't try to like put any metaphor. It was very much like, this sucks. Like, yeah, America. No.
Yep. Yeah, I've got songs like that where people would come up and I know their feelings on certain things, and they like this song because of this. I'm like, you like it for the wrong. It's the opposite. It's flipped on you, dude. It's the opposite.
Wait, so you're telling me you have had a waffle at the Waffle House? You son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
Ever.
He played me.
Yeah. That's been a weird song to play. I've had to like find waitresses in the crowd, like, hey, will you be my waitress? Do you know the words to this song? I've tried to do it like with my voice, and the joke doesn't come over. The joke, like I can tell, like looking at the crowd, I see their faces like, what is this guy doing? This is not funny. Dang. All right, but the guy, I need another waitress.
Are you telling me that you cannot imitate a waitress?
Not good enough.
No,
it hasn't come across. Like it hasn't hit. You
got to get up in your falsetto, Jared.
That'll be the new audition thing for any bass player or drummer. Can you do this?
Right.
Yeah.
Just say these words in your best, like high pitched, like female sounding voice. This.
It works.
Yeah, it's been wild. It's been fun and frustrating at the same time. We're like trying to figure out what I can cross over and what I can't cross over and what I can do and what I can't do. I've enjoyed the challenge, and I don't know. I just keep pounding away at it. And songs come from the challenge in themselves as well,
Well, I think that what's kind of cool too is it's forcing you to take songs that you've been playing for years and kind of have to reinterpret them, because now you're even changing in the instrumentation. You're not playing banjo as much, like you said. So I think it's kind of cool. So it makes those songs new to you as well. So it's kind of a cool. It's kind of a cool metamorphosis, I guess.
Yeah, I dig it. And like, so those songs almost kind of ended up getting stale playing them. Like Urban Pioneers started in 2014, so that was like 10-ish years or so of playing those songs. It's like, this is kind of stale. It almost ends up like going through the motions where you can kind of do it in your sleep a little bit, which is great. I like getting to that muscle memory point, but it's also like it got to a point where it's like sometimes I almost felt like I was phoning it in. Like, I don't want to phone it in, like that's, but I don't know, it just like, you just kind of take it for granted a little bit. So whenever it's gone or whatever, and I bring it back, and I'm picking songs that I really like, and I like the words to the songs. I just kind of change the melody up a little bit and whatever, and it's working out. I think it's pretty cool. I don't think a lot of people even realize that they're Urban Pioneer songs, because like, it's like I'm doing No Blood in the Stone, and that was on our Feast or Famine album, and I think it was like blistering fast. Like, it was like uncomfortable fast. Like, we even stopped playing it because it was so fast, and I was kind of proud of those lyrics. And whenever I was like trying to put a set list together, because when I went solo, it was like boom, like you're solo now. there was no planning. There was no like, I need to start writing some songs because I'm going to start a solo career. It was like, no, you're solo today. So I started like reaching through the catalog, figuring out what I was like, yeah, man, I like that. I wrote the shit out of that song. I like that song. So let's change it a little bit so it's not blistering fast, that people can actually understand the words and have a little groove to, maybe dance to, instead of just like get blown away by just how fast. Like that's not my goal. Like I feel like Urban Pioneers, some of our stuff was just like fast for the sake of being fast because it's fun. I like fast music. I grew up listening to punk rock. Like I like fast stuff.
Yeah.
But with that, you kind of lose the meanings of the songs a little bit. So I've just kind of taken a couple of those and kind of mashed them around a little bit.
Is that true, you guys? Like if you sing them too fast, they lose their meaning?
Well, I think people don't understand. I mean, I think it's a big reason why. I don't think it's all just age. There's plenty of dudes in their 60s still playing 200 beats per minute songs, but a lot of people are like, man, like I've really learned how to like write some good lyrics. And I would like people to understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'd prefer it rather than like, it's like, it just sounded like he was like, is that song about a dog, man? You were just like kind of barking the whole time.
Yeah. I missed that. I caught the chorus.
Yeah.
And that's almost kind of how people end up misinterpreting songs. Because like I caught the chorus, but I didn't really catch the verse. I mumble the melody along while I'm in the crowd, or whatever, and I'm guilty of it too. I don't really have a lot of CDs anymore, so I don't really have like lyric sheets or whatever that I remember when I was a kid. You got a CD. I would sit there and listen to that thing over and over and just like read the lyrics,
Yeah.
And then after I'd burnt that CD out, I would look at the thank yous and I would go try to find all their friends' bands or whatever. And yeah, I'm an old man now.
It's true. There's to this day, there's stuff that I'm like, I'll look like we'll start playing. I'm like, oh, that sounds like this song. I'll look up. Like I know a lot of the lyrics. I'll look it up and be like, oh, wow, yeah, that went somewhere completely different than I thought.
Yeah,
I did not.
Yeah. Yep, totally. Yeah, but it is a lot of fun, man. I really enjoy getting back out on the road again. The 10 or so shows I have played, it's been playing the show itself has been awesome, but just seeing all those friends that I haven't seen in a long time, So it just feels really, really good. I feel like myself again. Which is awesome. I hope that translates in the music. And I've heard that a lot from some of the people that have seen me right now. They're just like, it's good to see you doing your thing and smiling again and just having fun and playing music again. That's really what I feel like I'm on this planet for. So I'm just going to keep trying to keep chipping away at it.
Hell yeah, man. That's the way to do it.
Yep.
It's what we're doing. So that's what, hopefully it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Screwed up, man.
And I'm just gonna mention, because nobody can really see what we see right now, but the view behind you is so beautiful.
Oh yeah,
you're in Colorado right now.
Yeah, I took the long way home from Kansas.
We're so jealous.
It's duck season out here, so I was like, let's go see what the ducks are doing before I go home. And it's gorgeous out here. I love it. I miss going. I hadn't been to Colorado in ages, so I was like, let's go out there and check it out, see some friends. And it's pretty cool. Whenever you do that, you end up kind of rubbing some elbows and booking some shows. So you'll see me playing here soon, I'm sure of it.
Awesome.
Most likely in May, I think.
All right.
Awesome. Well, hopefully we'll have you in Houston really soon too.
Yeah, let's do that. You want to do
love that.
February would be a great time to go to Houston.
You know what? Actually, I'll follow up with you something about that. I got a good idea of something
we have
in February.
A date.
Yes, let's do it. Hell yeah.
So
all right.
That might be really cool. So yeah, once we're not on air, I'll bring that up.
Heck yeah.
Speaking of which, man, we'll go ahead and jump in. I don't know. I didn't warn you about the last question. I've been good about that, which we call it the last question, but it's like a question we ask everybody.
Getting on my toes.
And since you've been traveling too, that kind of helps. Like, we ask you to name just for things for people to check out. Give us a book, a podcast. Not ours, because people keep copping out on that, and then that record or an artist someone should listen to.
All right, I got the book right here.
Sweet.
Boom. It's called The Creative Act: A Way of Being by Rick Rubin.
Oh,
I was played this show in Missouri. When was this? Maybe a month ago, a couple weeks ago, something like that. At the end of the show, this woman. Do y'all know who Melissa Carper is?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. And fair, like I'm so hooked on Melissa Carper right now. End of the show, last song. This woman walks into the bar. We're not too far from where Melissa probably lives, is what I think. But and she looked just like her. And And I was like starstruck. I was like, is that her? So we got done playing or whatever, and I walked up to her and I was like, oh, that's not her. She looks just like her. She had the same style hat, same jacket that I see the pictures on. I was like, that's not her. But she was absolute sweetheart. And she said, this is the reason why you played this rinky-dink little town, and why I walked in at the end of your set, and why you thought I was who you were is because of this book, the Rick Rubin book. And I just started reading it, and it's pretty awesome. I haven't finished it yet, but that's my recommendation. That's why I went there, is to pass this book along to everybody else on this podcast.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Artist to listen to, Melissa Carper.
Yeah.
Boom, that's it right there. Got that. Yes, I'm hooked, man. And if you put on Melissa Carper radio, there's all sorts of awesome stuff coming through there. I love this. I don't want to call it, it's authentic. I don't want to call it a throwback. I don't want to call it a neo thing or whatever. There's a lot of bands that are just coming out with this like very tasteful sound of classic country. You know, a lot of like sweet harmonies. It's not aggressive. It's Sunday afternoon kind of music, and that's kind of what I'm kind of leaning towards with my stuff too. So I highly recommend looking up Melissa Carper, putting on Melissa Carper radio, and following all the bands that come up on there, because it's a lot of great stuff. I'm a podcast to listen to. I got you. There's one called It's Duck Season Somewhere. And the premise of the show, it has nothing to do with music. It's got about ducks. But the premise of the show is there's this guy. He is an amazing duck hunter and an amazing advocate for hunting in general. And he interviews people of all walks of life in the waterfowl hunting world. It doesn't even have to necessarily be waterfowl hunting. So he gets a lot into the culture. And just dig into it. Check it out. It's really cool. If you're into hunting at all, or you just want to listen to something a little bit different or whatever, just the people that he interviews are very, very, very interesting, and they just got cool stories. It's like down home, down to earth kind of stuff or whatever. So I like listening to it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Well, cool, man.
Thank y'all.
Got anything else that, we went through most of it, man? Is there anything we missed that you want to talk about?
I don't know. Before we talk, like while I was driving today, I was like trying to put a mental list together of like the points that I wanted to hit, and I would talk about it, and like as soon as the Zoom meeting went, it was like that ended up out there in that lake out there.
You seemed pretty prepared. I was like, man, Jared's just
like, I had a plan, but
yeah, I did have a plan, but I don't know. I think we covered all the grounds and stuff that I wanted to cover. If you see me coming to your town, or if you're a booking agent and you get an email from me, don't ignore it, man. I'm getting ignored so bad. Right, just write me back. Say screw you. We don't like you. That's fine. That's cool.
Right, it's good. It's better to know. It's like good. Okay, I can mark that off the list.
Yeah, because like how weird is that? Like emailing a venue like 4, 5, 6 times over a year or something like that, because you're routing through. It's like, well, I'm gonna try it again. They're not gonna write me back, but I have to try it again, because you never know if this time they're gonna write me back. So if you at least tell me screw off, I was like, okay, well, I'll stop bothering you then.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that out loud for people who book shows. Just answer us. Just tell us we suck, and we'll go away.
I know people who book it's like, dude, I got like 600 emails today.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Get a damn auto response or something.
That's normally Joel was talking about. He does that. It's like if you don't hear back from me within this amount of time, it means the dates aren't available.
Or
that's perfect.
And
that's
so it's at least if you don't hear back from me within like 3 to 5 days, the dates are unavailable.
Yeah.
But try again in the future. But that means these dates are not available.
Look at us giving advice to bookers.
Awesome, because that's perfect. So you at least know that you have the right email address.
Yeah.
Right.
You got a response back. So okay, like whether those dates don't work or they don't like me enough or whatever it is, like we can work on that. Like I can still keep that in my little spreadsheet of places to hit up.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's going to spam. I don't know if I don't know what's going on the other side. So if I had some sort of better idea, I think it would just be better for everybody. I'll stop bugging you. If you don't want me there, if we don't fit, like I'll stop bugging you. So
yeah. All right, advice for the bookers. We did it.
Yep, that's right. All right. Well, I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Oh man, thanks for talking to us, man. Thanks for hitting us up. Like with this now, once it gets going, it'll be cool. Maybe next season to follow up and kind of see how things are rolling along.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be too big by then for you.
Probably. I joked with Daniel, our friend Dan, the other day, because he asked, like, dude, Lyle Lovett's here, and like, I think he had to do something near him. He's like, I can see if he'll do the podcast. And I was like, dude, he's sold out. He's too big for us. I was like, he's been on a major label. We're like the Gilman Street of podcasts. Like, no.
The minor leagues, dude.
I was like, if you see Lyle Lovett, just yell at him, sell out. No, totally
out.
Freak him out. Like, what? That was a joke for anyone who loves Lyle Lovett. We're pro Lyle Lovett, but cool, man. Well, all right, Kim.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
One more shot of this sunset.
Oh my!
I know
God.
we're gonna have to like drop this video in. We're gonna have to do some clips from your video just
Maybe
to be
we
like.
could make one of these shots the
That's beautiful.
It is.
sunset.
I'm so jealous.
Man, over
I love
the mountains.
Colorado.
Snow-capped mountains.
Damn it!
Oh, dude.
We're so jealous. It was a nice day in Southeast Texas today, so we can't complain too much.
It was. I walked the dogs
But-
at lunch because I was like, this
Yeah.
is too nice to just sit inside.
Yes.
Yeah. We're so jealous. Well, thank you for giving us the view and
Oh,
for
yeah.
coming
Heck yeah.
to talk to us.
Hell yeah. Yep. Hope to talk to y'all again soon. Just
will.
bullshit and say hey, you know.
We will
All
do
right.
it soon.
Hell yeah.
All right.
All right, Kim.
Bye.
All right, y'all. That does it with this week's episode of Music in the Minor League, man. We hope y'all enjoyed it. We sure as hell did. We loved talking to Jared. It was a great time catching up. Like I say, as you heard in the episode, we're going to try to get something going down here in the near future. Hopefully, we'll be able to tell you about it soon. Recap one more time. If you liked the episode, share it with some friends. Tell some folks about it. Help us give exposure to these independent artists that deserve it. People who've been out their whole life playing music, man, just doing all they can to connect with people. You know, if you're into it, the best thing you can do is tell a friend because, like we said, people trust their friends way more than the algorithm. I think we're going to leave it at that, man. We'll see y'all in another week. We'll be catching up with Rachel and Griffin, who we talked to earlier this season, but we're going to talk to them again about their combined project. They got a brand new record coming out. It's rare we talk to someone twice in one season, but you know, why not? Let's go for it. Hope y'all dig it. We'll see you next week. We're going to leave you with another from Jared's upcoming album, another unreleased track. This one's called Ramblin' Daddy. Also a great one. Hope you dig it. See you soon, man. Later.
Now I'm a rambling daddy from everywhere. I won't be here too long. I've been here and there and everywhere, picking and singing my songs. Now I've lived in almost every state. You can tell by the stack of my license plates, 'cause I'm a rambling daddy from everywhere. Tomorrow morning I'll be gone, yeah. I could have a house with a big duck pond down on Easy Street, but sooner or later, baby, I'll get gone, 'cause I got them itchy feet. Do you wanna play a game? It might be fun. Try and take a guess at where my accent's from, 'cause I'm a rambling daddy from everywhere. Tomorrow morning I'll be gone. Alright, Joe. To bed in Portland, I woke up in Maine. That's the first and the last time that you're ever gonna see me again. If you really want me to return, just light yourself a doobie and let it burn, 'cause I'm a rambling daddy from everywhere. Tomorrow morning I'll be gone, yeah, tomorrow morning